Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'd like to talk with you about my health journey and an update to the WHOLE30, which I completed, I think almost 2 weeks ago now. I'm a little delinquent in getting an update to you guys, but I really want to share with you how it went, how I'm doing, and see if any of you want to join me on another WHOLE30 coming up here in October. So if you want to hear about this update, stick around. I am thrilled to be able to give you an update on how I am doing physically and how the WHOLE30 went. So those of you who have been watching my videos for a while, you know that I have been suffering from chronic full body joint and muscle pain for the past few years, hot flashes, just awful physical health. And about 6 months ago, I discovered that my Hashimoto's disease was in a flare, and so I've been dealing with that as well, trying to get my thyroid numbers down. And I know a lot of what I've been feeling with the pain, the joint pain, the muscle pain, the exhaustion, all of these terrible symptoms I'm having have a lot to do with that flare, but a lot of them started, I think, before my flare even started. So I've just got, I don't know, a poor constitution. I just think that I've had a number of autoimmune diseases over the years, which have wreaked havoc on my gut and my system. And I'm not taking care of myself in the way that I need to keep that at bay. Meaning, I'm not eating the way I need to eat. I'm not eating as healthy as I could be eating. And so there is a elimination diet out there called the WHOLE30. I told you guys about it in a previous video, and I did the WHOLE30 last month. So it's been about almost 2 weeks since I completed it. And I haven't given you guys an update. And so if you're unfamiliar with the WHOLE30, I encourage you to go to their website, thewhole30.com. I will put a link in the description. It is amazing how eliminating certain foods from your diet when you've got gut issues, maybe a leaky gut, autoimmune issues, what a difference it can make in your health. I did the WHOLE30 a number of years ago, and I felt really good after doing it. I have known all along that I needed to get certain foods out of my diet. I needed to do an elimination diet, and I needed to do the WHOLE30. It's really hard though to change your habits. The WHOLE30 is pretty restrictive, so it does need some planning, and it will need food prep and making sure that you're planning ahead for your meals in order to be successful. But I saw great improvement over the 30 days that I was doing the WHOLE30. I cannot tell you how excited I am that I may be able to continue my improvement. So when I did the WHOLE30 for the first couple of weeks, I really didn't see much improvement. I went into it knowing that I was probably going to have to do more than one. This was going to have to be more of a long-term change to my diet because I had gotten so sick and so bad. It was not something I was going to be able to fix in 30 days. I knew that. I was still getting a little bit discouraged though when I really wasn't seeing any improvement at about the 2-week mark. But I did start noticing improvement after that. Here are some of the things I saw. I noticed that my daytime pain had greatly reduced. I was feeling so much better throughout the course of the day. I wasn't having horrible pains. I wasn't feeling so exhausted to the point where I felt sick. I really found huge improvement during the day. I really didn't see a lot of improvement at night and in the morning until I hit about the 3-week mark. Then I started noticing that I was waking up with less pain. I wasn't hurting so bad in the morning. I was actually able to walk down the stairs somewhat normally. I have very bad knees, and one of my knees is worse than the other, so I would have to sort of shuffle down the stairs, like one foot down, then meet it with the other, this foot down again and meet it with the other, as opposed to walking downstairs normally. I was actually able to do that somewhat. I would hang onto the railing, but I was able to do it much better than I had been. I was still waking up in the middle of the night with hot flashes and a little bit of pain, but nothing like I had been feeling. My energy level is through the roof. I mean, honestly, I cannot believe how much energy I have. But the biggest change that I noticed was my ability to exercise, which is kind of why I'm doing it in here as my backdrop, because I'm just so excited that I've been able to work out most days of the week for the past couple of weeks. I walked 1.25 miles last week one day. 3 months ago, I couldn't even walk a block. It was just terrible. I couldn't walk, I couldn't bike ride, I couldn't exercise at all, even with no weights. If I tried exercising for a few minutes, I would feel so horrible that I would feel ill. I would feel sick to my stomach. I mean, it was awful. And I've been able to actually work out. I've been able to do 30-minute workouts. I did a 45-minute workout the other day. It's really, really incredible. I am still modifying a lot of what I'm doing. I'm not working out at a very high level, but I can do it. And that has been tremendous. And so I want to ask you guys, I want to offer anybody has wanted to do the Whole30. Maybe you've been thinking about it. Maybe you're not familiar with the Whole30, but you know you have to do something with your diet. You have to clean up your diet, get rid of certain foods that could be causing you problems. If you want to do the Whole30 with me, I would like to invite you to do one with me in October. I'm still eating mainly paleo. I'm not as strict as I was on the Whole30. I allowed myself, for example, I made a homemade gluten-free pizza 2 nights ago and I put a little bit of cheese on it. I'm not going to eat gluten. I'm still going to avoid gluten. I'm going to try to keep avoiding sugar and grains and very limiting on my dairy, but I'm not going to be as strict. My dog just came in the garage here, so I got to make sure he doesn't walk out that door right there. Gage, no, over here. I'm in my garage and I have a door right here to the backyard, and then obviously that goes out to the front yard. Anyway, so I am still eating that way mainly, but I'm not going to be as strict, but I'm going to go through a strict Whole30 starting October 1st. So for the month of October, it will finish October 30th. So for those of you who want to celebrate Halloween, you will be done by Halloween. But I would love to help you guys. If you are suffering from any kind of physical condition, the Whole30 can help you so much. I am a huge believer in that. I have seen it happen to me. And not only that, but I lost 12 pounds. So I did it with a wig sister who had reached out to me when she saw my video before and said, if you'd like someone to join you, I'd love to do it with you. So we did it together. And she, sorry, I have a runny nose. I think there's pollen all around. She lost 12 pounds as well. So here's how we're going to do this. I would like you to send me an email. You can email me at heywigsister@gmail.com. I'll put that in the description. Just shoot me an email and let me know you're interested in doing the Whole30. I will ask that you go do research on the program if you're not familiar with it. You can find all the information at the Whole30 website. I will link that below. You don't have to spend any money to do this. You can purchase the book. They have a cookbook. They have some tools, but you don't need to spend any money. They have all the information available at their website. So you can do this essentially for free. Obviously, you have to make sure you're purchasing good food and you're not eating all of the junk and the convenience foods, and it's going to cost you in terms of time. But to get your health back, it's so worth it, you guys, so worth it. And so I'll send an email out in a couple of weeks. So I'm just collecting everybody's email addresses who want to join. I think I have about 5 people so far who've reached out to me. And I have created a group on an app called GroupMe. And that's what we'll use to communicate with each other. That's what Geraldine and I used when we both did it last month, and it worked great. That way, if you're not on Facebook, if you're not on Instagram, you don't have to create a social media account. Email is just too hard for communicating back and forth. And so we need some sort of a group chat. And that's what GroupMe will do for us. It provides an ability to have like an ongoing chat. You can also upload documents, so we can share recipes, we can share links, we can share tips and tricks and things like that. So it's pretty bare bones, and you can get it on Android, you can get it on Apple, and I believe you can also do it online. You don't have to download an app, which I like about it, and I've used it for other things in the past, so it's really great. So we'll use GroupMe, and there's no pressure. You can email me, and then if you decide that you're not going to do it, that's no problem. I'm not super strict. I'm not going, well, it's not me. I'm just doing it to help encourage you guys, and we're going to do it together. But if you want to do a modified Whole30 in a way that will work better for you, I don't care. I think it just helps to support each other when we do things like this. It can be really hard to do it on your own, but knowing that other people are doing it with you could be all the motivation that you need. I will tell you guys, I did have one cheat during the Whole30. I am a coffee drinker, and I cannot drink my coffee black or with no sweet in it. I just can't do it. And so I purchased a dairy-free, sugar-free, no chemical product, which if you guys are coffee drinkers and you want to try it, I can absolutely share that information with you guys. It's a powder, and it really saved me during the Whole30. So I still maintain no dairy, I still maintain no sugar, all of those things, but it does have monk fruit in it and allulose, I think, and any artificial sweetener is off limits during the Whole30. So technically, I guess I didn't do a clean Whole30, but that was my only cheat during the time, and it was 1 cup of coffee a day with just a couple of teaspoons of that in it. So I'm okay with that. So I just shared that to say, don't feel like, if you don't not do this because you're afraid you're gonna fail. We're all in it together. And I think any positive changes you make toward your health are good changes. So send me an email if you want to join me on the Whole30. October 1st, we start. I'll be responding to everybody with a link to the GroupMe app and that type of thing as we get closer to that. And I will keep you guys updated. I am so grateful that this worked. I mean, I have to qualify it. It worked somewhat. I still have such a long way to go, but I feel so much better, and I can exercise now, and that is so key. One of the things I've been doing on Instagram lately is I've been sharing my workouts, and I'm going to start sharing some tips for people, how you can modify certain exercises, because I can't do a lot of exercises. I have very limited mobility in my knees, really bad joints. I actually need probably to look into getting a knee replacement surgery. The last time I went to the orthopedic doctor 3 years ago, maybe, he said my knees were both pretty much bone on bone. There was the tiniest bit of cartilage, but it was bad enough that if I wanted a knee replacement, I could have gotten one, but he hoped I would push out till I was at least 50 to get it, and now I'm 50, so I maybe should be looking into it. But I'm really hopeful, dropping weight and doing some exercises, strengthening those muscles around my knees, and I am starting to do some ATG workouts, which I might share in the future. I'm new to it, but I'm going to really work on my joint health through natural means before I choose to go under the knife or take any more medications. And so I'm just thrilled that this is doing something and it's going in the right direction. So I encourage you guys to try something. If you're suffering, start with your diet. Try the Whole30. Join us October 1st. Even if you don't finish it, even if you have to make modifications for your preferences and lifestyle, I think it can only be a positive thing. And so I hope you'll join us. I want you to feel better. It makes such a difference. I'll keep sharing with you guys. And if you want to know more about my exercise journey, or if you want me to throw some of those tutorials on modifications. For example, I showed how to do modifications with squats using body weight or light weight. Things like that. If that's something that you're interested in, I'm happy to share it here on YouTube as well. I know some of you guys aren't on social media, so I'm not a trainer. I am actually thinking about maybe becoming a trainer. I took a class years ago before my oldest child was born to become a fitness instructor. And then I got pregnant and I never actually took the test and I never went back to it. But I would love to do something like that because I think physical activity is so crucial to our quality of life. But if you can't get your diet squared away, you might not be able to get your physical activity squared away. So it's really got to start with what we put in our body, and then we can add what we do to our body to help us be as healthy as we can possibly be. And as I embark into my 50s, it's only downhill from here unless I do something to change. So that's what I'm doing. And I hope you'll join me. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll talk to you soon.